showing you Omnigonix Spinout. This channel is usually in Polish, so I will make a quick announcement for the Polish viewers. Cześć! Zrobię też ten film po polsku, ale chciałem to pokazać po angielsku, ponieważ nie ma zbyt dobrych recenzji. Okay, so I got him yesterday. I transformed him a few times, and I want to show you what I found out and how can this thing look good, because I believe it's not as bad as people are showing it. So here we have him, but before I will show you the box, which is very like a normal Masterpiece box. So clearly it's Omnigonix, not Transformers, but it fits quite well. Unfortunately there's a mistake here. You can see the line and the blocks are different because the file was not properly edited for printing, so that's why this is present. But this is the box, here are the pictures, and inside the box you will find a figure. On the tray there will be some accessories like a gun, a rocket for his hand, and a secondary helmet. Also you will find instructions and a card with cool artwork. So let's get back to the figure. This is how he looks. Like I said, I transformed him a few times, so right now everything is tabbed very well. So in this mode he can be, the hood may be positioned so it doesn't have those huge gaps, so even out of the box it wasn't pushed in properly, so this is how he can look. And comparing him to Sideswipe, I think they look quite well together. So the size really is very similar. The only thing that may make them seem a different size is that the wheels are, as you can see, those wheels are pushed more to the front, but this Lamborghini is modified mostly in the back, so I can understand why the wheels are positioned in a different way. So together I think they look very nice. So one thing to note, this figure does not roll well. Right now my wheels are very stiff because you will and you can pop the wheels easily, like this. And as you can see, they are on a screw. So I tightened the screw that the wheel would be more secure, but if you make it more loose, I don't have a screwdriver now, I think you can make him roll, but the wheels will not be secure. So if this is a deal breaker for you, the figure cannot roll well. I mostly got him for robot mode, and this is what I will show you. So I added those two stickers because, as you know, they cannot have stickers like this. And let's go to the transformation, because this is the part where many people fail, in my opinion. So I will show you how I do it and how the end result can look. So let's begin. You have to move this to the back, just like G1 Sunstreaker. Those wheels will have to be moved here, and now you can remove the arms. You can, if I grab it like this, so the panel opened, but they're not open. They do not open easily. So this may happen if you grab the wheel, the hand in the wrong way. So you move them to the side, and now I will unplug this. Oops. It's hard to do at this angle, but I will try to show you everything. So I move this away, and as you can see, the head is stored here. So it's kind of easy to scratch the nose, but as you can see, the head is secure in such a way that this joint is pushing to back of this yellow part. So even if I move this silver part, the head moves slightly, but it's not that easy to make it push down so the nose is scratched, because the ears are sitting on the plastic. So I move those two pieces over here to make room for the head, and now we can slide this, release those two tabs, okay, and okay, this up. Okay, so you move everything up. You can move those two parts like this. Oh, it's those two parts. You can move them like this, but I don't think they are necessary. So now you will have to move the head away and put it to the back, and be careful, because without locking everything down, this head is quite floppy and it could hit on this part here and you could damage the face or this part here. So moving on, I will do the legs now, and to do them you have to separate them, and the best way to unplug this is to push down, not pull, so like this, and then you can move the whole leg down. So again, you push down to unlock it. This angle is okay, so you push down to unlock it and push down again, then you can slide. You have to hold this part and this and unlock this, and as you can see the wheel has fallen out. It's not a big problem, I treat it as an accessory, but again, for some of you this may be a deal breaker. So you can push it down on a secondary hinge, so the whole thing looks like this. If you will not use this secondary hinge, you will not be able to move those doors down all the way, but I will show you that this is actually a preferred version for me, and I will show you why later. But this is the full extension. And okay, so we move those two covers here, and the legs are basically done. So let's move to this part. So this is where it may be a bit, I don't know if fiddly is the right word, but a bit troublesome. Oh, that's my cat. So what you need to do is make sure you have your hand here, so that when the head moves back it hits on your hand and not on this part. So move this part down, and you move those wheels over here, and you have to push this part so it slides over here. So it's not easy to do at first if you don't know what you need to push, but after some time you will be able to find the right spot like this, and it will just pop in. You have to make sure that those two parts here are secured, so that this part sits flat. Okay, and now you can move this whole part up again and slide this underneath. Like this. I will move the hands down, and I will open the fist right now, because I will focus on the last part of the transformation, because there are some steps that I do differently. Okay, so he is mostly done, and this is the most problems people have with locking this head. So the official transformation makes him look like this. So you move those two parts down over here, and this whole thing is moved to the back like this, and now you can push down on those two tabs that will lock over here. So it's not as hard to do as it seems here, but like I said, I'm at an angle, and you have to push this part and now you just need to pull the head down. So this is an official transformation, and as you can see the legs are a bit wobbly, but you can push this part back again like this and it makes them more secure. So also this part here is not very flat, so I apologize for this. So this is an official transformation. As you can see, this thing is quite flat, but it's sitting like this. So what I prefer to do is I move those parts over here like this. So they are like this, and right now they sit on those wheels over here, and when I push them down, I again secure the chest by grabbing the silver part and pushing it down. And right now, again, you need to make sure that the angles are correct, because if not, the whole thing will slide. So again, let's push down. Something is wrong. Wait a second. The wheel, this wheel here moved down, so they need to be up so that those parts sit on the wheels and they lock together. So once again, I will put them closer again to make sure that everything fits. It's kind of hard to do, and again I'm securing the head, pushing this back. And this is my preferred version. So as you can see, there is a small gap here, but the chest is more flat and it's quite secure, so I can lift him by the chest and it's holding. It's not super extra secure. I'll move the camera a bit. So again, you can lift them by his chest like this, and if you remember to hold them like by this part, or make sure to move them like this to secure it with your 2 fingers, you'll be fine really. So it's not that bad. And also I painted those eyes light blue, and while doing that I had to remove the helmet, and I filed down the joint a bit because it was very stiff. So well, this is Spinout. I think he's looking very nice. As you can see, with the legs pushed down, the stability is not a big problem. The legs are not very flat, so you will have some issues, but it's nowhere near as bad as people are showing it. Maybe I just got lucky, but this is what I got. This part sadly is easily damaged by the flopping head, so you have to watch out for this home. Most of the damage is underneath, but still you will have to be careful. So I forgot to push this crotch part, which people also often forget. This is how he looks from the back. So back is very clean, and I will show you the accessories. So here is his gun, which I'm not a big fan of this gun. It's the cannon part is enlarged, not in a natural way. So I'm not a fan of it, but it doesn't have the issues that people were showing, the flakes or maybe over here, but this is easily removed. Okay, I will use this part to see, easy remove. And I noticed that in this hand the gun is not sitting very well, so I will put it in this one. In this hand, it's quite a nice fit. It's holding it quite securely. And did I untap this? Yeah, I did untap this a bit. So you will have to remember to hold them in a certain way. But it's not that hard to do actually. I'm not gonna answer the question if you shoot in a figure like this at this scale, but this is what you need to do. Also, you have this part here. I'm not a big fan of hand weapons, so I will not put this on. Okay, I will put this on. Let's not be lazy, but you have to move the hand back, and you just slide it on here. Yeah, so this is how he looks with this hand. Okay, with this hand weapon, he does have very nice range of motion, so he can be really positioned in a very nice way. Again, secure this with the hand and like this, so this is possible. I'm not a big fan of this hand, so I will remove it and show him next to Sideswipe next. So this is the main reason people will be getting Sunstreaker. I mean, not main, but you will surely want to show him next to Sideswipe. So as you can see, the chest on Sideswipe is actually wider than that on this Spinout, but the figure is higher. So this line is very similar, the shoulders are similar, but the head sits higher. So what I'm doing is I modify the legs. So, oops. Yeah, did it on tab? Oh, it's okay. So as you can see, the arms on mine are quite stiff. The legs are also not that bad. They do fall back, but they do support poses. But back to the issue. I move this part back and I collapse the leg like this. So on this side I do this also. So collapse it all the way. So now at first glance when you collapse this, he does seem strange, but after you modify and pose him, the proportions are not that bad. And as you can see, this part has untabbed, but it is just a matter of moving those two parts here. So this will annoy you. I'm not gonna lie. It's not as big of a deal as it seems, because I am holding this at an angle and I'm not really know what I'm grabbing. So, but it may annoy you. So this is my preferred setup. This is how he looks next to Sideswipe, so the heights are more even. I think this is a very good representation of a Sunstreaker character. So, moving him aside, I'm not going to go into articulation because I don't really know how to say most of the names of joints and stuff like this, but I will tell you that he can hold very nice poses, so he can be very dynamic, like a running pose or a kneeling pose. So like I said, be sure to grab it in a good way. You can get a pose like this. It's not really that hard to do, because the feet, once you understand how they need to balance, are quite supportive. And I may have gotten lucky, or the other reviewers may have received bad samples on purpose or not, I'm not sure, but it does seem strange that everyone is getting a bad figure but me. So this is the head. Again, I'm holding by this part, so it is annoying, but the way the figure looks in the end, I think it's very rewarding. And as you can see right now, the legs they seem different length because by moving him, I pushed the feet back up again, so I need to collapse it a bit more and the feet will be fine. Again, at this angle it is hard to do, so let me check if everything is fine. Okay, so let's position him with some other bots and we'll see how he looks with other Autobots. So here he is with some other Autobots. So these two are mini bots, but with other bigger Kaibos, I think he fits extremely well. And if you saw this picture not knowing that this is not an official figure, I don't think you will tell the difference. So this is how my Spinout looks. I think it's a very nice figure. People are saying that the quality is bad. I don't really think they have the, maybe not right, but they can really judge if the quality is right or wrong. The tolerances are wrong. Some of the tolerances are wrong. The wheels are falling off. This project could use some more work, but I understand that the issue was that the factory changed the project of the designer, because I believe the project is very good, and there were some changes that made the figure like this. But in the end, I think you can achieve a very good result by posing him and transforming him properly. You will have to learn this figure, learn how to handle it. It's not a toy like figure, right? So the DX9 is more toy-like, the Takara are more toy-like. This is more a thing that you will have to learn how to handle. But once you do, I think he is very responsive to what you want to do with him. And like I said, some people will not like this. You will not like that you will have to move it around, that you will have to handle it like this, that he will unplug. I do not mind, because in the end this is the result that I want. I want them to look good on the shelf, and I believe that Spinout is giving me that option. And I'm not a fan of fake parts. I will have a friend coming over with Sunstreaker, so I will have a comparison, but from the pictures and from the whole idea of the other Sunstreaker, I think this is a better option. So is he worth the price? It's really hard to tell, because he does look nice. The project is nice. You have a Sunstreaker that looks very good. They are offering him on the discount, so I know that, I think that the reason they are discounting him is that people just are not able to handle the figure well, out of, I don't know, maybe they're impatient, maybe they're used to having toy-like figures, but this can be made into a very good figure if properly handled. So as you can see, he is holding his pose very well. The legs are not loose, he's not wobbling, so I'm really not sure if I got lucky or I don't know what's happening. I didn't tighten any joints. This is the way he came yesterday, and you just need to push everything and secure the way it is, and he will hold, right? So he can move, he will not unplug. If you forget this simple part that you need to push on the back of his head, then it's really very easy, and it's kind of like a reveal the shield jazz. And I forgot to show the face. I think the face is very nice. It doesn't look good on its own, but when the whole figure is presented, I think it's a very nice composition. I fortunately I do not have a screwdriver with me, so I will not be showing you this head. But and this back and the back over there, I think they are the same, so you can swap the eyes around. So I painted, this is the regular color, the dark blue, which I do not understand why they are making masterpiece figures like this, because the light blue looks so much better, and these are light blue eyes. I think they make him look much better. So here how he looks for the side. So you have this back because of my change transformation, but it doesn't look bad to me, at least. And looking from the front, this part doesn't sit as flat on this part, and the lighting is different, so it's it doesn't seem that wide. And also the yellows are different, but I got over that with Vinyl Tech Meister, because on that figure the outer white of the car white is not the same as the robot white. So we have a similar situation here. This is a very nice paint on the car, but the robot parts are a different shade of yellow. So it does break up everything. So I really do not mind this. It's not a big problem for me. I will be probably getting maybe some stickers on those sides. I'm not sure, but this is a very quick movie about Spinout. I will be probably making some updates. So thank you for watching this, and if you have a chance, visit my other movies. Some of them are in English. You will just have to look for and at the end, and a short commercial. This is my DX9 head that I'm making. I also have a head for Red Body Bumblebee cliff jumper. So this is it. And thank you for watching this, and see ya.